Hello, this is Elaine, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create this card using the Petal Palette stamp set. It's a set of 15 stamps, and I've combined them all into one case. And I put the stickers behind here and then put the stamps with the coordinating pictures of the stickers so I can keep track of all the stamps. I don't really like to put the stickers on my stamps because they don't stick as well, unfortunately, but this is what I do. There's also coordinating petals and more framelits that we're going to use on this card as well. And the DSP is the Petal Passion Designer Series paper. So to start, for this card, I have a piece of Marina Mist cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5. So I'll just score that in half and crease it with my bone folder. Next, I am going to stamp the bird and the flower. So for the bird, I used Marina Mist ink. So I'll just stamp the bird and then I'll cut that out with the framelits. And then the flower, I used markers to color on the flower. So I used the Blushing Bride for the flower, and I'm just going to color the flower part really well, cover it really well with the Blushing Bride, and then Pear Pizzazz for the leaves. And then I'm going to stamp that and cut that out as well with the framelits. So you see we've got the bird that will cut this out, and we've got the flower that will cut that out. And so I'm going to put those aside. Next, I'm going to stamp the sentiment in basic black archival ink. And it's a very strong black ink. I usually let it dry a little bit because I don't want to smear it, and it is going to stain your stamps, but you can still clean your stamps, and even though it looks dark, it will still stamp just as well, so you don't need to worry about it. So I'm going to set that aside and start to create the base of the card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the leaves in the Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to use this leaf, and I'm going to get some Pear Pizzazz. So you can do that with an ink pad, or you can color it to match. So I'm going to show you both, and you can tell whether or not there's a difference. Sometimes there is. So make sure that's colored really well, all the little pieces. And this is a textured stamp, and it makes it look like it's watercolored. So it's a really nice, pretty effect. So now let's try it with the stamp pad. So the Pear Pizzazz stamp pad. And I think I just re-inked it, so it's going to be nice and dark. Yes. But it'll all blend in, and the dark will fade a little bit. Just add a little bit right there. So now we will add the paper to the bottom, and you can use whichever one you want. This paper is all black and white, so it's fun to color and to make it totally customizable to your project. And I've made it a little wider. I like to do that so that I get a perfect measurement, and so I can just trim that off. Now I'm going to adhere this to a base of basic black cardstock, and I made it pretty tight. I just want a tiny bit of black to show. Let me readjust that. Black on black is a little bit difficult to see. All right, so there we go. Now I have some of the Blushing Bride ribbon, and I'm just going to place that about right there and then reverse it, and I'll put some adhesive on the back to hold it in place. And then I can add some adhesive all back here. And then we've got the base and background of the card. Then I'm going to add this sentiment with some dimensionals. I love dimensionals. They're so fun. And they really add a nice element to your cards. So that'll go right in the middle there. And then I can cut out my bird and my flower, and I just adhered those directly on to my circle. I used the Stitch Shapes framelits to cut that out. And I have my finished Petal Palette card. I hope you like it, and I wanted to show you a couple of other cards that I've made with this suite. So here's another one that I did. So I used the paper, and I used the die for the leaves and for this as well. And then I stamped the flowers and colored them with the Stampin' Blends, Old Olive, and the Pink Pirouette. And I cut out of the Stitch Shapes the circle. And then I added some Wink of Stella to the roses to make them sparkle. So, and then this is a card that we made on our Thailand trip, and this uses the shimmery white cardstock. So that's really pretty. So we just stamped the bird and thank you, and we just colored a couple of flowers. A really pretty but simple card. We added some of the embellishments that are in the suite as well, the Petal Passion embellishments, a flower and a leaf. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you would like to purchase any Stampin' Up! Products, including the Petal Palette suite of products, please go to my website, estampin.com, and click on Shop. Thank you so much.